Yeah! I started working on that back there. That's what I've been. That's why I was out there, not in here. So, obviously, I'm not gonna read those three sentences and let that be it, because that would be kind of stupid. And especially since now I've said I've written this, then I can't exactly not do. So anyway, I'm gonna try my best to basically freestyle whatever comes in my mind, which is not necessarily freestyle the way you're thinking of freestyle, because that implies that it has skill, a rhyming pattern, some basic sentence structure, and grammatical sense. And I can only guarantee maybe one of those four if I'm lucky tonight. Maybe 2 out of the 4 if God helps me.
You got this.
I'm sorry. I should have more faith in questions. But anyway, this is just something I've been kind of dealing with lately. Basically, the issue is myself and trying to figure out, what is it that I'm writing about? What is it that makes me so passionate to do this kind of stuff? I mean, obviously not to get in front of people. Then, good Lord, I can't stand this. This is a nice little Southern Baptist reminder of preaching hellfire and brimstone. I don't need it. Just don't go in front of people. No, I'm sorry. Anyway, basically, yeah, that's what this is about. Not fire and brimstone. I'm sorry. Sidetrack. If you want fire and brimstone, my granddad's a Southern Baptist preacher. If you want fire and brimstone, talk to me after service. But no, okay. That and barbecue. That's all I've got. I'm sorry. If you have any Southern Baptists in the building, I'm sorry. But you make really good barbecue, so I think that could compensate for it. No. Oh gosh, and if this doesn't work out, I should have an amazing stand-up comedian career. I'm not that good with words, but I'll do it best I can to put together the nouns and the verbs together to create sentences to explicitly express what I've learned about the world. And that, to me, that's not much. I keep trying to live life and such, but it just seems like every day I find another battle that I lose. So, I guess our battles are just sort of pick and choose what you can do, which is basically nothing for me. So I just try to live on and keep in my mind my memories that, keep things on that are pressing on, but battles weigh me down, so I just can't get any ground on. I keep trying to trudge on and keep trying to focus, but lately there's just been so much around me that's weighing me down, so I just begin to lose focus. See, most people want to see what they see, and they want to see what they want to believe, but I've done that all my life, and everything that I see, it seems like I've been deceived, so I keep completely misjudging and miss opportunities to affect people's lives in ways that I should, but that doesn't mean that I'm not as good as what I could have been, right? I mean, if all we are is potential, and that means that every day we're failing at our potential. And if all of our lives are just kind of casually thrown aside, then that means that everyone in here is, we're not worthless. I honestly believe that in the grand scheme of things, though, I'm not exactly worth much. But that's why you have to live life, find your purpose, so that you can actually see what you're supposed to do in life and such. And I don't want to leave and kind of hold myself together, tossed around like leaves in stormy weather. And I definitely don't want to use my disabilities and my problems as a crutch. So I guess I'll just have to learn to embrace life the best I can and try to avoid strife and try to avoid keeping myself pinned down at the knife and giving myself the guillotine when all of my life it seems like that I just have to keep on screaming my name out loud to try to remember who I am. But you have to get to a point in life where you can actually understand who you are, so I guess I haven't made it that far. I've got a long way to go, but I know one thing, and that is that I'm on the right road. If there's any one thing that I know, I have to keep following on this road. And for all I've done right, I know I've done at least 10 things wrong, but at the end of the day, I'll still be singing the same songs, hoping to God that this isn't my swan song and that Maybe one day I'll have a chance to redeem myself, and for everybody that's followed along, that maybe I haven't led them too far off. See, it's not about who you're leading, it's about who you're following. I've learned that in my calling. If I lead people myself, then I'm leading them over a cliff, but if I lead them through Christ, then at least I'll lead them to a gift. I'll say that again in case you missed it. If I lead them myself, then I've led them to a cliff, but if I lead them through Christ, then I've led them to a gift. And that's something that honestly I think I've missed. And in the grand scheme of things, I hope you'll remember anything, you'll remember this. That is, a life full of happiness and praise and bliss is really nothing if you've missed this. And that is that you're nothing if you don't help anybody. You're nothing if the only person you're helping is yourself. So put yourself on the shelf and put yourself on the line. You may not be able to step back in time, but you can step forward in time to the future. Help people around you before you wake up one day and wonder who you really are. Because I've been there and I am there, and I tell you, it's not that far. It leaves a lot of scars. I say help people for yourself, lest you forget who you are. You're just one in a million people in this world, so be who you really are. That's all I got.